the Packers offense. This is a team that I think if you've been watching our show for the last couple of weeks, they've driven us nuts even when they win because the bar is different this year, Chris. Like, this is a Super Bowl contender.
It's like the Eagles. You go, wait, there's more potential here.
Yes.
We should
They're
be
too
better.
good.
Right.
Too talented is the word I would always go back to. Let's start with Jordan Love and just the You said when we did our live show, we do every Monday morning at 10, that it's almost like he's too aggressive.
Right.
It's just constant shot play, shot play, shot play. It feels like the 4th and 5 that he missed is maybe the biggest microcosm.
I think it's something they got to figure out with him a little bit here. One, and before we show this play, just to kind of, yes, they are aggressive. They want to throw the ball down the field. Anybody that knows, that listens to me and us and all that, I love that. I love that. But it doesn't mean we just do that and bang our head against the wall even when it's not working, right? So they're a little bit of like, it's bombs or screens, and it's no intermediate pass game. There's nothing there. The short passing game is really not existent, right? When they want to throw it short, everybody goes short, which I don't love either, right? To me, a good offense, even when you want to throw it short, you have some people go down the field and you wire the quarterback to go, hey, we'd like to look downfield here, but if you get this coverage, be quick to get underneath and throw the ball there, right? That's what really good. Brady and New England were amazing that back in the day. People would go, how are they just Amendola and Wes Welker over the middle, 7 and 8 yards? But within doing that, it was Gronk was going downfield, and they had all these other concepts, and Brady went, I like that concept, but I've been taught by McDaniels and Belichick that if they play this defense, be quick to get it down to Amendola or Wes Welker or Edelman, right? So that is one thing for sure. And then, yes, he's got to learn to get off of the number one read on those big plays sometimes and also understand the situation at times and just go, wait, we're not playing all that great right now. I can't always look for the big play. Let's just keep get momentum going. Let me get a completion here, a completion there. And I think this play we're about to show here with the dots, to me, kind of just encapsulizes all of this and what their issues right now and where Jordan Love can get better to be a more efficient passer, right? So here's the dots. You see this. This is 4th and 5, right? 4th and 5, okay? And I'm all for taking shots. You got Romeo Doubs down the field. And let me just say, like, he's there. He's open. I get it. I understand it. But at the same time, the play is called for Wicks, number 13, is the inside of the 3 receivers to your right, who's running the out route, right? Anybody watching? That's what the play is called for. They're calling that for right there. Now, this gets into the point I just said. You can call downfield passes, but also situations, coverage, whatever. You can make a decision, and sometimes you got to throw to the underneath guy. Here is a moment where I just go, listen, I know he's open. I get it. We almost hit it, but we didn't. And yet that's happening a lot with them right now. And I just would go, yeah, that's where we've seen it in Dallas. We've seen it in Cleveland. And you see it there where I go, one area Green Bay can be better and Jordan Love can be better. It's just understanding the big picture of the game a little bit and situational football. And that's where they've blown some games. They blew the Dallas game at the end of the first half, situational football. They blew the Cleveland Browns game at the end of the game, situational football, up 10-3, right? So that's where I just go, hey, I know you're aggressive. I love it. But let's just get the first down for the guy that was intended for the play here. And you got Budda Baker on Wicks, and Wicks is going to win that matchup. And he was open, and you're good enough to make that throw in your sleep all day long because you do it late in the game on a huge 4th and down to Tucker Kraft, who runs it out route to the left, and you make that throw there. You can do it. And that, to me, just is one example of a bigger thing going on right now in Green Bay a little bit here.
Do you think this is where they miss Jaden Reed maybe more than we expected?
I think so.
Because that's the first thought that comes to my mind. How good he is with the ball in his hands, but also how good he can be in those quick hitters.
He's the quick hitters in the intermediate pass game. He's their guy. He's their best receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, let's period, right? And yes, he's the guy that when healthy catches a lot of those 15, 20-yard plays that are in the middle of the field and all that, and they certainly don't have that. And I don't know, maybe they don't trust anybody in their offense right now that way, to be that guy, to read coverages the right way all the time, to run the routes that way. But I think with that, Jordan Love, calling a game too aggressive, right? Too many deep shots where I go, wait, it's a deep shot, but you don't have to throw it deep. You don't have to wait for the guy you game plan that play for all day long, right? At times. And I think Matt LaFleur needs to beat into his head a little bit more. Hey, yeah, we're calling this play downfield. And Matt LaFleur can do a better job, I think, of giving more options underneath to go, wait, okay, they covered it downfield, but we like this little concept we got underneath here, and get to it quicker when they play coverage like this. So he could wire Love better that way, and Love can be also better at realizing those situations. So that's a big one to me. And then their run game, of course, is not the same as what we've seen.
Yeah, you could see it in the statistical difference as well, going back to last year where the volume is the same. And running back carries, last year they were 4th, this year they're 6th. They haven't changed who they are.
No, now you can argue they're running the ball too much.
Yeah, it almost feels like a sledgehammer kind of mold right now.
Right.
As you see, the yards per game has gone from 6th to 16th. The yards per running back carry has gone from 9th to 26th.
Yep.
So that, to me, I mean, this could be personnel to a standpoint. I know their line has not been as good at times as people hope for, and they've kind of have some players that they juggle positions.
They have, right.
They play a lot of Tetris on the offensive line.
They do, exactly
which is credit to those guys that they have the versatility to do that. I don't know if they found the right home for Jordan Morgan, who they drafted early a couple of years ago.
He didn't start, and then he was in the game, and exactly.
Is he a tackle? Is he a guard?
Exactly. Well, to the point of what I think you're bringing up, I mean, good offensive lines don't do that. It's not Tetris. Good offensive lines are like, these are our 5. They've been together forever. They can read each other's minds with certain defenses and know what we're supposed to do. And that's how it works. That's cohesiveness on the O-line is more important at that position than any other position in football. And then, yes, I think their interior O-line is not moving people off the ball at all in the run game. So I look at it. Like last year, I argued at one point that they were the best running team in football. Taking quarterback runs out of it. Jordan Love's not a runner. When you just go traditional between the tackles running game, I came on Football Night in America right in front of this screen last year and said, I think they got the best running game in the sport. It's not nearly that right now. And I think because early in the year they were trying to get it work and they were being patient with it, and it was more carries and not getting the results they want, I feel like the last 2 or 3 weeks, they're not being patient enough with it at times now. Now they're like, well, we're not that good. We had a run or 2 that were successful, but then, man, we had one bad run. Let's throw it the next 7 plays, right? So I feel like they've kind of overcorrected in that department, at least to my eye of watching them, okay? And even watching this game on film. This was a game here where I went, I think I would have ran the ball with Josh Jacobs a little bit more. I think there was some stuff there to be had in certain moments. So, yeah, it's disappointing there. Then off of that, we talk about them being a aggressive down-the-field team passing the ball, right, Connor? They've always been good with play action and being aggressive down the field, too. One thing I don't see as much of with them this year is when they run play action, it's too much token fake play action. And people out there might go, what do you mean by token fake play action? I mean, yeah, we go back and we act like we're going to hand the ball to the running back. Sure, we do that. But the O-line is right at kind of doing pass protection. And good defenses that are taught well at the second level, they see that and they don't buy on the run fake. That has no effect. Like if you watch the Colts, who are one of the best offenses in football, and we're going to break them down for tomorrow's pod and all that. Or, you watch the Detroit Lions, who we just talked about a little bit. When they run play action pass, it looks exactly like their running game. Like exactly. Like, oh, we've gashed you with the backside guard pulling a few times. Now we're going to run a play where the backside guard is going to pull. I'm going to look exactly like I'm giving it to the running back, and I'm not going to give it to him, and we protect it up that way. That, to me, has such a greater effect than the token fake play action game. And that's another aspect that I feel like they're lacking in a little bit this year as compared to last year.
Yeah, and I mean, that definitely hurts for them because they're a team that when you want to take those shots, you would hope that the linebackers are biting on it.
Exactly right.
And you have more space in the field.
Exactly. That's how you get the linebacker and the safety to take some false steps. There are more times than not, yeah, sure, they're reading the running back and the quarterback. But a lot of times in first and second down football, linebackers and safeties at the second level are taught keys to look at. Like if this guard does this or this guard does that, expect this to happen, right? So when they see stuff like that and they go, oh, wait, I see the quarterback is turning around to give the ball, but wait, my key, that the center or guard that my coach taught me to read, he's doing a slide protection step. They just turn and run. They go, wait, forget it. He's not running the ball here. This is a pass. Let me get back. And now nothing's open. And that's certainly, to me, something that they've heard on a little bit.
So we have another play on fourth down, the Tucker Kraft catch on the game-winning drive, which you could argue that it was an even riskier throw.
It was definitely tighter and riskier.
But it worked out.
Exactly.
So you get a lot of, no pun intended, love for that.
Yes, but you see here, I mean, this is the play of the game. And he sits in there and hangs. And really, like, he's obviously not wrong to throw that ball there. But it makes our point from before of, like, you can make that throw in your sleep with the coverage. Like, you should have thrown it to Wicks before instead of the 4th and 5 post down the football field. So, yeah, that was a big-time play. And usually with this type of play here in itself, too, like, you see Budda Baker in the middle of the field. See, he goes down to stop the guy right at the sticks there. And you see Dobbs open over in the middle of the field, too. This is another instance where I'd go, most times quarterbacks would get back to that backside in cut versus this defense right here. And this sometimes is a good thing here, but also an example of where I go, Jordan Love stays on the first read too long at times.
Oh, he sat on this one.
He sat on it.
He showed his eyes on the replay.
He never looks at anything else. And there's a few too many plays of that in Jordan Love's game right now where I go, come on, get off it. Come on, get off it. I know Coach told you this might be there all week, and this was a big-time play. But you see it. The safety's here. This guy's there. Get off it. Go to the next guy. And to me, he's just a step late with all of that right now.
All right, let's go inside the notebook. This is you make the most out of space in a page, Chris. You really do. The offense is just too much. Look for big play. No surgicality at all.
Yep.
Feels like, in general, screen or bomb.
Right.
Also, not enough legit play action where the line run blocks.
Right.
Pockets need more balanced formations.
Versus the pass.
Versus
they are,
the pass.
like we just talked about with Tampa Bay. They're another team. Green Bay and Tampa Bay, too many formations, tight on the left, 3 receivers to the right, where the defense can figure out, wait, if one guy runs like this, we kind of know what everybody else is going to run, and you can kick the coverage over there. And see, what happens in those formations too many times is, like, too many guys all on one side of the field. Sometimes you can get one guy that can cover 2 people. Right. I mean, there's just limited stuff at times if the defense calls it the right way, where I think they miss out on that a little bit.
Yeah, so
then you see in the quick game, not everybody has to go short on the top right there. That to me is another thing. So it's like it's a bomb, it's a screen, and then when we throw a quick game, everybody runs quick. It's like, wait, it's 3rd and 5, and everybody ran a 6-yard route. It's like, no, come on, defenses are too good now. They're all over that type of stuff. To me, the really good offense go, wait, it's 3rd and 5 or whatever. Yeah, we're going to have one guy at 6 or 7, but we're going to stress out things behind it, too, to where people just can't collapse on that. And we're going to teach our quarterback to be aggressive with the mindset, but, hey, as soon as you see this coverage, get down to that guy because they didn't cover it or whatever else. And that is, to me, where the whole offense could be better. They go back into our theme of they are not elite at anything right now. It's a collection of plays, and we're trying to figure out what we're really good at, but they're not really good at anything. And I know that all great offenses have one thing, at least, that they can do at a really, really high level.
Well, it's interesting because of where LaFleur comes from, that this offense, and I think they're trying, but they don't run it through someone.
That's what's going on right now.
After the first 2 weeks, and then he got a little banged up, we were like, can you run it through Tucker Kraft? You drafted Matthew Golden in the first round. Maybe it's not fair to expect him to be that guy right now. I mean, we love Jaden Reed, but he's hurt.
Right.
And I don't know if you ever run the
offense.
offense.
It's a little bit that way. I know.
So,
but to me, at some point, they either got to find a concept or something that they go, wait, we're awesome at this, whatever it is, or it has to be a guy. See, last year, like 2 years ago when they went to the playoffs, their play action pass and their aggressive passing style caught everybody by surprise. Then I feel like we get into last year, and everybody was like, whoa, Green Bay throws it deep. And they got into, let's feature Josh Jacobs in the run game.
Yeah.
And that got them through with a below or just an average year from Jordan Love, who fought through injuries last year. This year, it's like they can't find either one right now. And they got to find something, to your point here, that they can hang their hat on.
Do you think sometimes it's almost a detriment to have so much depth at one position like wide receiver that's almost the same level? Like, when you look at that group of players, there's not one guy right now, maybe in the future it's Matthew Golden, where you go, well, he's so much better than everyone else, where you start to get a little role happy.
Yes. There was maybe a time in my life where I went, hey, it's kind of cool to have 3 or 4 receivers that are all pretty good and they all have a similar skill set, and the defense doesn't know what's coming from where and whoever. But as I've gotten older and more, I get into, no, have a guy.
The dude, yeah.
Have the dude. And then everybody else will start to look like dudes. Once you feed the dude the ball a lot, you'll start to go, oh, damn, that dude's pretty good too.
Yep.
Right? And that to me is where, I kind of favor that mentality more than anything. Again, which is surprising because LaFleur comes from the Shanahan-McVay school where they feature guys. And right now, they can't find a guy to feature. And maybe it is Tucker Kraft going forward. He might be their biggest mismatch on that side of the ball.
He definitely looks healthy again,
yeah, he
which
does.
is the most important thing.
Yo, homies, it's time to watch some games. That's right. We're on to the NFL season here with Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, Sunday night recaps after every game, and much, much more.
Thanks for watching. Peace out, homies. Remember, subscribe. Peace out.